My name is Allison Fay. I serve as the director of Jacob Wetterling Resource Center, one of the programs of Zero Abuse Project. And today in Conversations With, we have a guest here, Erica, to talk to us about what it's like to call a crisis line. So Erica, can I start by just having you tell us a little bit about yourself and the work you do?
Certainly. So my name is Erica Staub-Absher, and I am the director of Hope Center. And so I've been here for 14 years, and Hope Center is a domestic violence and sexual assault agency that provides services to all of Rice County. And so we provide confidential and free resources, and we also offer connections with other agencies. So we make sure that people get the resources that they need. And so we're often the first stop for people in crisis. And
And
prior
I
to
know that
that,
you work, oh, go ahead.
go ahead.
Oh, and I know that you work in Rice County, Minnesota. So that's specifically your program, but just generally, if someone's going to call a crisis line just in Minnesota, what should that other person expect from the person on the other end of the line?
Well, you should certainly expect somebody that knows something about the topic that you're calling about. And so, for the person calling, oftentimes they're really nervous about calling. And so you should expect a warm voice on the end of the line. You should expect somebody who is used to listening to a lot of people. You should expect somebody who knows exactly what you might need.
And what do you think prevents people from reaching out when they need help?
So often I hear from people that they are nervous about reaching out. They might not think that whatever situation's going on, well, somebody else has it worse, so maybe I shouldn't call. Or they're just nervous about reaching out for the first time. And what if they know somebody that I know? And at least for our crisis line, you can be confidential. You don't even have to tell us your name. We don't know where you're calling from. So you only share what you feel comfortable sharing. And so I think that's one of the things that's really important to know is that you only have to share what you feel comfortable sharing. And so when you call for that first time, it's really important to know that you lead the conversation. And so you get to share whatever it is that you want. And, if you don't feel comfortable answering a question that we may ask, you can just say, I don't feel comfortable sharing that right now. And then we just move on.
I think that's so important. And then lastly, what advice would you give to someone if they're trying to decide if this is the right time for them to reach out to a crisis line or a helpline for something that their loved one or family member is currently trying to work through?
Well, a few things. One is that we often receive calls from family members or concerned friends. And so we love that because we want you to have the tools and the resources to be able to help your friend in the best way. So if you're a friend or family, please call. And if you're the person experiencing whatever is happening, whatever crisis it is, don't wait. We hear so often that, well, I wasn't sure if it was bad enough, or I wasn't sure if you really were the right place to call. Well, we'll let you know. If we're not, then we'll give you to the right people. So make sure that you do make that call. I was just talking to a client the other day, and she said her friend had told her for 2 years to call us, and she never did. And she came back to her friend after her first interaction with us and said, oh my gosh, I wish I would have called when you told me to, because she was so nervous and so scared. And, we weren't as scary as she thought we might be. And we were able to really connect her with some resources and really get her back to where she wanted to be. And so I would just urge you, if you are at all have any questions, give us a call, because sooner rather than later is always best. And don't compare your situation because it's yours. And we've heard it all. People are a lot of times they're like, well, I'm just scared that I'm going to overwhelm them, or that my situation is really scary or it's really unique. And your situation is absolutely unique in a lot of ways, but really we've heard a lot. And we've heard a lot of themes, and we've heard a lot of things. And also we can help you with the language to what you're experiencing. So for a lot of people, it's really about, oh, so what I'm experiencing is domestic violence. It's emotional abuse. I didn't know that. Or I didn't know what love bombing was or what gaslighting was. And so when we're hearing things, we're thinking about, well, that's controlling behavior. And so we'll name that, and people will say, oh my gosh, like it felt wrong, but I didn't know why. And so us being able to untangle kind of some of those things and being able to name some of it is really, really helpful.
Thank you so much. Because I think there is that fear that people have, especially in comparing. And If anywhere in Minnesota, look for your local resources. There are people there who have had training, who care about this work, who want to be helpful, and reach out sooner rather than later if you're experiencing something that makes you feel unsafe. Great. And
Absolutely.
anything else you want to add, Erica, as we wrap up our brief little chat this morning?
Just that, we talk a lot about no wrong door, right? So if we're not the right place, we'll get you to where you are. So even if you say, well, this isn't exactly the right place, that's okay because we know where it is and that's our job. And so, we don't expect you to know everything. We're the ones that have the information, so we'll get you to where you need to be. So please call.
Thanks so much, Erica. Have a great day, everybody.